Hey everyone, Jared Gaspy, your local real estate superhero here. Happy Fridays, which is really cool and really exciting. If anyone's watching this, you're getting sleepy, Jared, today. I look very tired. I am very tired. That does go a little bit into some of the affirmations that we have for the day. But yesterday was a very busy day. Very not business oriented, actually. It was very family oriented, which is kind of cool. And really, it was a really fun day, very long day, and very tiring day. So you're gonna get a lot of that in what my gratitudes are today. Ultimately, that is why you're getting sleepy, Jared. That is why you're getting someone who looks like a ghost on camera right now. And I'm just grateful for the fact that I don't have any in-person appointments today. Which is not one of my gratitudes, but we can call that, gratitude number 6 is the fact that no one has to see this outside of like me going and getting stuff for dinner. So yeah, I am sleepy, but I do like doing my gratitudes every morning. And I started doing this video series to kind of, push a little bit of gratitude in everyone else's lives. I think that I do better whenever I start my days off with being grateful. And I might not always get these videos out in the morning, but I do want to at least share a little bit of what makes me happy, what makes me grateful, and hopefully, ask questions and interact with everyone to get an idea of what makes you guys happy and what makes you grateful. And then hopefully, even if it's just a little bit, that helps your day. And it helps mine, so if nothing else, it's selfish. No, I'm kidding. But let's get into it. Number 1, and I wrote this the way I'm gonna say it, Lily getting her hair did. She recently got her hair done. It is her birthday month, and so we've been dedicating a lot of time in order to do that. So yesterday I got one of my commission checks, which is awesome, and that's cool. My parents are our bankers, which is also really cool, and I don't always need to go to visit family in order to get my checks deposited, but it definitely helps. It expedites it a little bit just because it's a large sum of money, and since they're my bankers, they have the ability to kind of, not give special treatment because they're definitely not able to touch my account like that, especially since we're family, but they have the ability to kind of help explain situations in order to help make sure that there's no weird issues looking at my account. And so that's really good. And so I usually do that just to kind of try to play it safe. And it gives me an excuse to go visit family. And it also gave me an excuse to let Lily go get her hair done by one of our friends that's a cosmetologist. And so she's a beautician, and she's really good at it. And that is shown by the fact that Lily got her hair done yesterday. And so these are the friends that I've been talking about that are coming to visit us. They're friends that have been checked for everything with COVID, and so it was safe, it was done well, and it turned out well. And so that's number 1. That's Lily getting her hair did. Number 2, I put board games with family. One thing I will admit as just give and a take is whenever I'm around family, I tend to not work like I usually do. Family is definitely a fun distraction for me, but it is a distraction nonetheless. So yesterday it turned into a lot of board games with just my little sister and my mom. Lily was getting her hair done, or hair did, over at someone else's home. And so, as much as I know every party that we're interacting with isn't sick or having any kind of issues or anything like that, everyone's trying to play it safe, and so I'm not going to be the one to mess with that. So is what it is, regardless of where you stand on that. I'm going to respect other people's comfort zones too, and so that's where that comes in. So I'm not with Lily at this point. I'm at family. And so with family being there, we're playing board games. We played Trouble, we played Speed, which is a card game. We played Connect 4, and we played Monopoly, which Monopoly is my favorite board game, and also coincidentally the best board game of all time. So don't at me on that. Do not fight me. Monopoly is the best board game ever made. No questions. But that is number 2. I really love playing board games. Family is definitely kind of a distraction for me, but it's a fun distraction. And that kind of goes into what I was saying. A lot of what I did yesterday was actually not super business oriented. I wouldn't qualify it as a day off. I did do a lot of work, but just not as much as I usually do. I'm not going to pretend like, I was running 100 miles an hour all day yesterday like I usually do. So in defense of that, I was having fun and I was spending time with family. So number 3, I put working late. I really enjoy working late. I wouldn't qualify what I did yesterday as working late, but Lily has very dark hair, so getting her hair done took 10 hours, give or take a little bit. There was obviously a time where everyone was going to get food. There was a time where, you just kind of have to let the hair sit. And so there was a big reason why it took so long. But it did, and I don't qualify last night as working late, but I definitely do appreciate whenever I'm able to work late and do a whole lot of work and I go to sleep feeling really accomplished. I put this one down because it's not how I felt yesterday. Yesterday I felt very tired, very groggy, and driving back was very, very taxing because it's about a 3-hour drive going back and forth between where our friends and family live versus where Lily and I live. And so that was a good 6 hours of driving yesterday and a good 10 hours while Lily's out there, and I'm just trying to juggle work and family, and it was definitely it was an experience. And so as much as I do love being around family, I do acknowledge that they're a distraction, and as much as I'm okay with that whenever the time comes, I do appreciate whenever I'm not distracted and whenever I am able to run 100 miles every given second of the day. And I wasn't able to do that yesterday, and it's definitely impacting my ability to do it today. That's why I'm stumbling on my words so much. It's why I'm really sleepy. But I'm not going to stop working. It's just I got to, cater to the current situation of me being really tired. I've got to adapt and I've got to acclimate. But definitely grateful for the days that I am able to work really late and I am able to get a lot done. Number 4 is the opposite of that. I like the nights where I'm able to go to bed early. And there are also, coincidentally, days where I actually get a lot done. And so I'm finished, I'm wrapped up by about 9 p.m. That's not normal necessarily, but whenever it happens and I'm able to go to bed around 10 o'clock instead of around midnight to 1, I feel very good because I usually only do that whenever I've accomplished a lot and I don't feel like I have a list of things I need to do. And so I really enjoy those nights. Not necessarily because I'm getting to go to bed early, but because what going to bed early symbolizes, and it symbolizes the fact that I've gotten the job done. Because I don't really relax and take breaks, and I don't take days off, and I don't go to bed whenever I'm sleepy. I don't take breaks when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. And so if I have the ability to go to bed early, it's because I did a lot that day, and I did a lot to justify it. And so I really appreciate days like that. Again, opposite of number 3. Number 5 is my internal clock. I need to do work. It's especially being a business owner, and especially with all the craziness of 2020, you have to look at your business like a normal retail business or, a store. If I don't work and I don't get up, then I'm basically closing the doors to my shop and just telling everyone, I'm changing the hours of operation and you have to abide by that. And I can't do that. I have a lot of people that are waiting for me to respond to them in the morning or waiting for me to interact with them towards the afternoon, and I need to get stuff ready for things in the evening. So I don't have the luxury of saying, okay, I got home at about 5 in the morning last night and I need to sleep for 8 hours. I slept for about 3.5, 4 hours, and then I got up and I started working. And I'm extremely tired, but my internal clock resonates with the idea of okay, by 8 o'clock you should be up. And I actually slept until about 9 o'clock, but usually, I wake up 7, 8 o'clock at the latest, but usually around 7 to 7:30. And so the fact my body just looked at that and said, okay, I'm going to give you an extra hour to 2 hours, but you got to get up and you got to get stuff done. I appreciate that because that's basically my body saying, no, we've got an agenda and we need to abide by that. And I'm going to give you a little bit of leeway, but you got to go out there and you got to just knock this stuff out the park. You got stuff you got to do, so let's get there and do it. And I am taking the day a little bit slower, but my doors are open and I'm here for anyone who needs help, and I'm ready to help people, and I'm helping people that I already knew I needed to help today. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm really sleepy too, which I'm not super big fan of being just exhausted, but it is fun watching me kind of work and fumble on stuff whenever I'm like this. So it's definitely different too. But that's it. That's my 5 things. My question for everyone is basically, especially right now with how weird 2020's been, how do you juggle time with friends and family? Do you juggle time with friends and family? And when you do, what do you guys do in order to kind of make time for each other, for one, and for two, when that time's made, in order to, really, spend time together? And sometimes that's as simple as just being in the same room and watching TV together. Sometimes it's actually going out and doing stuff, like how I went to the drive-in theater with family the other week, because it was just easy enough to say, okay, well, we'll social distance in 2 different cars. So if you've got really cool ways that you spend time with friends and family, especially in 2020, I want to hear what that is, and I want to hear, what you got going on. And if you guys have any plans on anything that you're doing that's spending time with friends and family, I want to hear about that too. Because it's easy for me to talk about business. Most of my gratitudes today were about business, but it was about how family and life balance out with that. So I want to hear how that works for you guys. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.